let's talk about the Nikon ZR. Nikon just dropped some heat. The specs on that camera are crazy. They're coming for the FX3, they're coming for the FX2, they're coming for everything with that camera. First of all, it records Red RAW, Nikon RAW, ProRes RAW, H.264 or 5, pretty much every setting you could imagine it can record. Like they licensed everything for that, but you get that Red RAW codec, so that means in post, you can dial in any setting you want. That is absolutely amazing. And one of my favorite features, because you know I'm an audio buff, 32-bit float internal recording, stop it. Stop it. That, whew. And then I love that they have a microphone on the camera that's directional. So you can record just front focus, you can record front narrow focus, you can record omnidirectional, and I believe you can also focus on the back sound as well. So that's just sick. And then they have an additional separate audio accessory that you can attach. So they came ready to go, y'all. Dual base ISO, so you have 800 and 6400. It'll be yet to be seen how it compares to the FX3, because I think the FX3 still is the best low light in the game. I don't see anyone beating that right now, but golly gee, they're coming close. They have shutter angle, multiple LUTs that you can load. I love that they also have the function buttons as well, so you can dial in and program those pro features that you would get in the higher end cameras. It has focus peaking, zebra, composition, LUT, virtual horizon, the record indicator, very important, waveform, touch autofocus. Really want to see how the touch autofocus compares to Sony. I really like the Sony touch autofocus, so I'm curious to see how good their autofocus will be. I do need to get my hands on that camera and try that out. Vertical video rotation, and I think the monitor is 1,000 nits, so that's really, really great. And they have Frame.io upload. That means as you're shooting, you can upload to Frame.io, so you don't need any additional add-ons, you don't need an Adamus, you don't need additional computers, you could just shoot and upload. I think that's absolutely fire. That's really, really great. Let's see, they have the line in. A max record time of 125 minutes for the Red RAW codec. Lots of different frame rates to choose from. 240, 200, 120, 100, 60, 50, 30 frames per second, 25 frames per second, and 24 frames per second. So they are not playing. And all of this for $2,200, that's just a little bit more than the FX3, and you get full frame and 6K. That's way less than the FX. Well, I meant FX30 when I said that. So that's a little bit more than the FX30, way less than the FX2, even way less more than the FX3, less than what Canon just dropped. I think the only thing that they didn't advertise was open gate, but honestly, you don't really need the open gate when you have 6K, so you can frame for what your 4K shot will be and then use the extra 2K for vertical. So they literally hit everything that we want in that camera. I think the only thing it might be missing is ND. I didn't see anything in there about an ND built in or variable ND, but again, with RAW, who needs ND, right? You could just scale that in post. I mean, of course, you still want to get it as close as possible, but yeah, this is made not only for the people who are like trying to step into Nikon or entry level, people who are trying to get in, but also for seasoned filmmakers as well. It has all the things that you would want. But man, 32-bit float. I'm super excited about that. And the size, the form factor, very, very small. It almost reminds me of the Sony RX1R Mark III, like just how compact it is, probably a little bit bigger than that. So I'm out here in Washington right now shooting on my FX2, which is still within the return period, y'all. It's still within the return period because Nikon is coming with some heat, and it's something that I would seriously consider. Like, I would seriously consider getting that and adding that to the arsenal right now. I have the C-Ray Vision primes with come with a full set of back, so I could easily swap that back in and then have the Vision primes on the Nikon. Of course, I'd probably want to go with one of their autofocus lens to start out with, but very, very impressive. Everyone is raising the bar. I love that. I'm excited to see how Sony's going to respond with whatever they're dropping next, but with the Canon C50 and now the Nikon ZR, the filming space is heating up. The competition is fierce, but now is the best time to jump in and get something. And you have a really hard decision to make. Do you go with something like the FX2? Do you go with the A7R5, which is 8K? Do you go with the Canon C50, which has 6K and open gate? Do you go with Nikon, which has freaking everything in RAW? Oh my goodness, so many beautiful options. Or do you get all three? So instead of getting an FX2, an FX3, and an FX6 like I did, get yourself maybe an FX3, Nikon ZR, and Canon C50. And there you go. You can be happy and sit back for a couple of years until something great comes out again. But let me know your thoughts. Is this something that you're considering picking up, or is this something that you're interested in? I really want to know. I have to get my hands on one. If anyone has one and you're in Brooklyn, New York, please hit me up. I would love to try it out. Or maybe I'll reach out to Nikon and be like, hey, y'all want to dance? Let me know. Anyway, I am the chef girl out here in Washington for Sony Kondo. And yeah, you guys just got the recipe. Deuces.